Are we ready to go?
Ready to go.
I think so. Let's do this.
Action.
Oh, you already hit that button.
Already hit it.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Industry Headlines. That's Kevin Kaufman. I'm Fred Weaver, and we're back. Yeah.
Your friend?
Yeah. Thanks for getting a haircut, by the way. If you're just listening to us, you should really check in and watch these on YouTube Live. This is our segment where we talk about what's happened in the last 7 days in the real estate industry. And this may be anyway, our last one of the year. I guess you'll have to tune in next week to see if a new episode drops.
Although we do have an idea for potential episode next week, but not going to promise anything.
So here's the headlines. Agents ensnared in Newsday investigation, boycott housing discrimination hearing. I can't wait till you break that down for us.
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
Ojo Labs launches referral program. And I'd also like to mention there's actually been quite a bit of iBuyer news out there, but it's not featured here on Industry Headlines. You have to listen to that on iMinute, which is another episode we drop here on Kevin and Fred's Next Level podcast.
Yep. So every Wednesday and Friday, we drop a quick 1 to 2 minute episode called iMinute, where we talk about all the different iBuyer situations, all the things going on in different markets, all the happenings and changings going on with the iBuyer companies.
Yeah. And this particular episode is brought to you by us. Yeah, no, that's right. We keep all this content free in exchange for you considering sending us your real estate referrals in the Phoenix, Arizona area. There's 40,000 agents here in Phoenix. Why send them to us? Because we're awesome.
We are kind of awesome.
We make sure you get paid.
Plus, we, as you can see, we're not very good looking if you're watching on video. And so we could use the extra business. So check it out. Honestly, we take care of your clients like our own. Make sure you look good. Make sure you don't have to worry about tracking down your money. So check us out, kevinandfred.com/referral for our referral guarantee. We'd love to work with your clients.
Okay, so what's this Newsday fair housing investigation?
All right, so there was this investigation, and I'll admit, I don't know the whole thing here. I don't know all of what's going on.
Okay.
However, there was an investigation going on about discrimination and fair housing practices, right? And so apparently the New York Senate decided to hold a hearing on this because there's a lot of evidence here, and subpoenaed 68 total agents and company representatives.
Okay. Of
which one guy who I think is pretty smart and who I like, Ryan Gorman, was the only one who's the CEO of NRT and Coldwell Banker.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only one that showed up to the hearing.
Okay.
So the other 67, apparently in a sign or a show of solidarity, said, screw this, we're not going. Gosh, it's so embarrassing as a real estate agent, in my opinion.
So they weren't required, they weren't subpoenaed to be there. They were asked to appear.
Yeah,
that's how I'm reading this.
I guess
so. They had the right not to come. Let's give them that. It does. I mean, so questions I have, and I know you can't answer all these. Like, does the New York State Senate have the authority to pass down jurisdiction on these guys, or do they just like sort of pass this up to the next government body? Like, I don't know. It's interesting though that like out of 68 people that are asked to appear before the New York State Senate, you think a couple might have showed other than Ryan Gorman. That's the interesting part.
I guess here's what I look at. It's not just this one thing. I look at all of stuff that's going on in our industry.
Okay.
You mentioned iBuyers earlier. Like we brought it up before. We're not necessarily going to talk about it today, but the big lawsuit, the class action lawsuits going on, that's going to threaten or already poses a threat to the way co-broke and commission is created and shared these days. When I see something like this, I just go, guys, this is why these outside industries, why these big companies are trying to attack what we do, because we behave like this. Like, I haven't seen all of the evidence, but a lot of the evidence I have seen about this investigation, it's pretty bad. And it's pretty clear that there are some folks that are being highly discriminated against from real estate professionals. And it's not cool. Like, why not? I think it goes on in the article talking about how, there's an easy way to go about things and there's a hard way to go about things. I think it was one of the senators who was going to lead this hearing mentioned. So yeah, I agree. Why not do this the easy way? If you don't have anything to hide, why not show up? Why not participate?
And this particular thing is not about commissions and all. This is about discrimination. Like,
no, but wouldn't you want
to clear your name? Like, yeah. I don't know. That's just me. Like, I would want to show up and unless you have something to hide. But even then, wouldn't you show up maybe with your attorney in hand or something? Like, it's interesting.
Yeah, who knows where this is going to go? My guess is we're going to hear a whole lot more about this over the next couple of months. And you were right. This is totally unrelated to the commission class action lawsuit.
Correct.
Yet it's an example of why we're being attacked to begin with.
Yeah.
So anyways,
let's talk about Ojo Labs. They have just launched their referral program. This is exclusive buyer and seller leads to a small network of what they're calling highly vetted real estate agents.
Highly vetted, kind of a very exclusive group, if you will. Ojo Labs, if you don't know, they provide artificial intelligence to real estate professionals. It's there to help consumers, guide them through their search, and do a lot of the work that those of us as real estate agents have to do now on the front side that doesn't necessarily take a whole lot, right? So they've got a big program or partnership, I should say, with Realogy and NRT, but that's not who they service only. They service all real estate agents across the country. And so because they've got such a great network built up, they're launching a referral program because, I mean, these guys are on the front end of generating leads and business as well.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for joining us for Industry Headlines. As a reminder, go check out iMinute. It's another episode that we drop twice a week here at Kevin and Fred's Next Level podcast. And thank you for thinking of us and sending us your Phoenix, Arizona referrals in 2020. If we don't talk to you soon, have a great holiday season. But maybe, check out the podcast. Maybe we'll drop a special episode or two between now and then.
You never know.
We'll see you later.
Easy.